Carter County Extension Agent for Agriculture and Natural Resources. And I'm with Morgan Murphy in Elliott County today. Morgan's the 4-H agent here, and like Carter County, Elliott County is also a 4-HB ambassador county, and we're going to show you how to use our honey extractor. This extractor is available for Carter County residents to check out if they have honey that they need to extract. So I'm going to turn it over to Morgan and to show us how to use our extractor.
Okay, so when we use the extractor, the first thing you're going to want to do is get one of your honey frames out. I'm using a shallow honey frame, and you're going to want to wait until most of your honey is capped, like on this frame. And what we're going to do today is use one of these little, it's kind of like a scratcher to uncap the honey. But we're going to do this right over into the extractor. Some of the wax is going to come off, obviously, and get inside it. That's okay, because when you go to strain your honey, after it comes out of the extractor, you'll be able to separate that. So it's the best way to do it is to do it inside the extractor, so you're not wasting any honey at all. So what you're going to want to do is just kind of hold your frame and start at the top, and you're going to want to go just under the surface of the caps and pull out. You don't want to go too deep. You are going to be damaging the cells, but you're going to be able to return these to your bees with the least damage as possible, and then they're going to be able to refill it with honey even faster. So that's what we all want. So you're just going to kind of gently go right underneath the surface of the cap and pull out, and you'll be able to uncap it pretty quickly. You can also use a heated uncapping knife. But either way will work.
And we do have a heated uncapping knife in the kit that goes with our extractor, so that's available for checkout as well.
So the wax that you'll be separating from the honey, that's something that you can either choose to throw away or you can keep it. Some people like to make candles or chapstick and stuff with it. Or you can get rid of it. It's up to you. Okay, now our frame is mostly uncapped. So after we do the other side, we'll be ready to put this down into the extractor and start spinning it.
So this extractor is designed to hold 12 shallow frames like Morgan has, or 3 deep frames. And so the racks that are down in here will hold the deep frames. And since we're only using the shallow frames today, we're going to take those out and just place our frames in here, and we're going to try to space them to where they're balanced, so when it goes to spin here in a few minutes, that it's a balanced rotation through there. All right, now that Morgan has the frames uncapped and in the extractor, we've got our lid on. There's 2 different options for you to use. One is the hand crank, so you can spin the honey by turning the crank yourself or putting your kids on this task if you want to get them involved. All right, so our other option is the motorized spinner. The switch here will do both directions, right and left, and it's a toggle switch, so we'll turn it on and then turn this knob to adjust our speed. Give it just a second and it will start spinning. And you just want to make sure it stays balanced and doesn't rock too much as you're spinning. Okay, so once you've spun one direction, you let it stop, then you can flip it back to the other direction and spin from the back side of the frames.
Both of them are going to do the same thing. They're just going to make the honey fling to the side of the extractor and then drain down to the bottom. So the hand crank is effective, just takes a little bit longer. The motorized top is going to be just a lot easier and a lot less elbow grease. Okay, after it's been spinning for probably 10 to 15 minutes, you can go ahead and take one of your frames out of the extractor, and then you'll be able to tell if you still have honey in it or not. This one you can see most of the honey is out of it now, so once I check a few more and if they all look like this, then I'll know most of the honey is already out. And you can see the cells are kind of damaged where the honey has come out, but a lot of it is still in place. So once you put these back in your hive, the bees will fix it and they'll be able to fill it back up with honey. Once the extractor has spun most of the honey out of your frames, now you're ready to go ahead and release the honey from this valve down here. So all you have to do is you're just going to lift up on it and the honey is going to start coming out. You do want to use a strainer as soon as it comes out, so it's going to strain any pieces of wax or just any other little particles that may have got in there. So you're just releasing it into here, and it's going to slowly start straining through this mesh. After the honey is done straining, what you can do now is bottle it. So you'll just pick your jars of choice or honey bears, and you'll be able to use the sieve on the bottom of the bucket. You'll be able to open it just like we did on the extractor here and release the honey into your bottles.
And the bucket and the strainers, along with the uncapping knobs and some funnels, are in the box when you come and pick up the extractor. So we have all those supplies for you, along with an oxalic acid vaporizer that's available from checkout from the extension office. So feel free to give us a call anytime that you need to borrow some of our equipment.